mentioned impact. That's a key part of this. It's not just seeing what went wrong, where there may have been, waste or abuse. It's how it impacts every single North Carolinian in some way. Talk about that shift in focus that I think I've seen in your office recently.
Absolutely. We are, so a lot of the work that we're required to do is financial statement audits. And basically all that is somebody hands you a set of financials.
Sure.
You got a balance sheet, you got an income statement, and you got a cash flow statement if it's required. Ton of notes that try to explain these very big numbers.
Right.
But the bottom line is creditors are looking at, they know how to read these financials, and they can tell the financial health of an organization and whether or not we need to be lending you money.
Right.
So we've got to have these for the state of North Carolina, our universities, and our community colleges. We've got to have these because the state borrows money, universities borrow money, and then people contribute to universities and community colleges.
Right.
So those are required. What we are working to do today is to shift about 10 to 15,000 man hours from those audits that are required, and they're important. At the same time, they have no impact on the lives of the citizens of North Carolina. Finding out that the Division of Employment Security gave out $1.2 billion during COVID in first-time unemployment checks. Think about that.
Wow.
I lost my job. I've got to make car payment, house payment in 30 days. I've lost my job. No check's coming. I filed for unemployment, and that check needs to be there in 30 days. What we found in $1.2 billion of first-time payments, a third of it was anywhere from 2 months to 365 days late. Can you imagine having a mortgage, car payment, grocery bills, medical bills, and you can't get the first unemployment check? Well, the feds have a standard that 87% of your first-time payments should be made in 14 to 21 days. Makes sense before the monthly bills are due. A third of them, as I said, were anywhere from 2 months to 365 days late. But what we found is that the Division of Employment Security had not met the 87% benchmark of the Fed's requirement in 10 years.
Oh, wow.
10 years, 9 years before COVID hit. This is impactful to the citizens of North Carolina because think about how many lost their jobs and were looking for that first time payment. And then the National Bureau of Economic Research has stated that since 1950, the United States has seen an economic downturn on average every 5.5 years. Every 5.5 years. So what does that tell you, Donna? We got another one coming.
Sure.
So DES needs to get their act together and get these payments out the door in the 14 to 21 days that the federal government requires.
Sure.
And you talk about impact. We did an audit on online classes that DPI put together. They have retired teachers, they have teachers that are on contract that prepare the courses and deliver the courses online. This virtual public school has been around since 2008. 131 courses. And we heard at the State Auditor's Office from a very reliable source that the courses did not meet North Carolina education standards, required education standards. We took 12 of the courses. We hired PhDs who assess courses across the nation, have done this for the state of North Carolina, DPI. And what we found is that out of the 12 courses that they reviewed, 8 of them, of these online courses, did not contain all of the content that were supposed to. Didn't even have all the information in it that was supposed to deliver. 11 out of 12 courses did not meet the rigor standard that DPI guaranteed. Rigor it is, how hard is the course? How hard does a student have to work? And DPI guaranteed that these online courses were the most rigorous of any course you could take in North Carolina. The ratings from 1 to 6, 5 and 6, very rigorous. 11 out of 12 rated a 1 and a 2. These are courses for gifted students. These are courses for students that want to go to college and some general courses. And these are supposed to look good on that student's resume, but you talk about impact. This is a $20 million program. But you think about the impact, it reaches students because it's online all across our state. So we're picking issues that are impactful
Sure.
to the average citizen of North Carolina, which would be me.